Which one of these products will do the best in the long term? It's what we all want to know. Zendikar Rising was the first set that had set boxes with it, and it does not rotate out of standard until this coming September, at which point it will be out of print, and we can finally start seeing, once products go out of print, how do their set boxes, draft boxes, and collector boxes start to diverge from each other, and at the same time that standard rotation happens, Kaldheim and Strixhaven and Adventures in the Forgotten Realm will also go out of print and rotate out of standard. So we'll get to see 4 sets at once with all 3 of these products in them. I made some videos about this several months ago. You guys provided some really great feedback, and I think a lot of people made a really strong case for the Draft Experience Premium and how much fun people will have busting open old draft boxes on a Friday night at their kitchen table with friends, drafting and playing with old cards. Now, that's good. I think, again, they made really good arguments, but facts change. And here's the thing. We have this like weird assumption, especially from American politics, that if people assimilate new information, if facts actually change and people acknowledge that, and then they change their opinion, that they're a flip-flopper, and that's a bad thing. And we have this just really crazy attitude about assimilating new information. So something that is happening more and more is that WotC is putting better cards exclusively in set boxes. And now set boxes have always had more rares and more mythics in them, plus they've had the list slot that draft boxes have never had. So you've always gotten more rares and more mythics in this set box than in this draft box by about 15%. And typically you're not going to pay a whole 15% more for the set box than you will the draft box. And WotC going more and more and more towards piling more value into the set box, set after set, I don't think that's going to stop. You know, WotC has said that set boxes are already outselling draft boxes. Rudy has claimed it recently as a piece of data he's gotten from his distributors. So I think in the long run, obviously WotC is going to keep pushing set boxes harder and harder over draft boxes, simply because they can sell them for more money and there is less cardboard in them. Despite the ridiculous difference in size in these boxes, there are more cards in this box than this one. So the set box takes less cardboard and they sell it to you for more money. So obviously WotC prefers that. Now, all that means is that in the long run, I think draft boxes will do the worst of the 3. And again, this is going to vary set to set. There will be some sets where the collector boxes just knock it out of the park. But there will be some sets, like, say, Kaldheim, where everybody's pretty ho-hum about the collector boxes. There's nothing really that great in them. And so essentially, I might expect that the set boxes from Kaldheim will do better and on a long-term appreciation standpoint than the collector boxes. So that's the first thing that I'll say, is that I think these 2 products will always outperform this one. So the draft box will almost always be third place. Now, which will be the better of these 2? That's a lot harder to say. And, you know, Kamigawa Neon Dynasty with the chase card, the neon parallels, they really showed that WotC can occasionally put great value into a collector box. And I think it's pretty likely that long-term Kamigawa collector boxes will vastly outperform Kamigawa set boxes. So in that case, collector boxes. But again, going back to the example of Kaldheim, probably the set boxes will do better than the collector boxes. So what do you do as an investor? What I am doing is every set I buy about a case of collector boxes, and then I buy about a case of either set boxes or draft boxes, but I tend to lean towards the set boxes. Again, if you can get the draft boxes cheap enough, they're a better value. So that comes down to the issue of what your basis price is. And when you see things like Crimson Vow draft boxes for $78 shipped, and then you see Crimson Vow set boxes for $104 shipped, It doesn't matter that we think that on a long-term appreciation basis, probably those set boxes will do better. If your basis price is lower by enough of a margin, it's better to buy that cheaper draft box because you can put your capital to work more efficiently at that lower basis price. So keep that in mind too. But for the most part, I would be favoring collector and set boxes over draft boxes. That's what I'm doing with my buying. I bought set boxes for New Capenna. I have avoided buying draft boxes for Kamigawa, and the Kamigawa set boxes so far have been hard to obtain. They need to get the second wave out eventually, but when the price comes down in a future wave, I'll go ahead and buy them. And for previous sets, I'm mostly favoring set boxes over draft boxes. So that's my advice. Go for the collector boxes, go for the set boxes, draft boxes only if it's an exceptional deal with a price that is low enough to justify it when you do the value comparison between set and draft. Let me know what you think. Again, WotC kind of changes this game on us from time to time, and they are trying to pack more value into the set boxes and push us more towards those because those make more money for WotC. So I think the draft experience premium, it definitely is real. It's a real thing going forward, but I do not think it will be important enough to overcome the fact that WotC is preferring set boxes. Leave your comments below. Always love to hear what you think. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and join me on Final Trade. Thanks a lot.